Hello everybody, let's talk about graphs, functions, and slope of a line. Graphs, and like I said in another video, you guys can find it there. There are different ways to graph equations if it's linear function. So for example, first of all, let's talk about graphs, how do we graph equations. So the first thing, if I have equation like y equal 2x plus 1, I know this is a linear equation because I have that exponent 1 on top of x, invisible one. How do I graph this? Now the easy way to graph, you either make a table, like pick some order pairs for x and plug them in, or you can do x-intercept and y-intercept, like you're gonna make a table. That's one method. You can find x-intercepts and y-intercepts. Okay, what is x-intercept and y-intercept? Again, I'm repeating myself. X-intercept when x is a number and y is 0. Y-intercept when x is 0 and y is a number. Okay, you plug in like 0 for y and 0 for x in the equation like this one and you will find it. Or you make a table, pick some order pairs, 2 or 3 order pairs, you will be fine. Okay, so let's try the third one. Third way is to graph using your y equal mx plus b. This is called slope-intercept form, and you guys start learning this in 8th grade. Slope-intercept form. Now, slope and intercept. You know m is a slope. What is intercept? This is y-intercept actually. Not x-intercept, y-intercept. Y-intercept means when x is 0 and you have a y there. So that's your y-intercept. Okay, now how do we solve this and how do we graph and use this whole information to graph y equal to x plus 1? Now the easy way to do this, for example, if I have a graph here, I'm graphing this, y equal, I'm just going to write my equation one more time, 2x plus 1. Okay, the easy way to do it, this is the third way to do, guys. Y-intercept you're going to graph first, no matter what. You're going to graph this y-intercept graph first. Okay, since this is y-intercept, which means x is 0, so your order pair is technically 0, 1. That's a y-intercept. So this is 0, that's 1. This is your y-intercept, which is called b in this case, b1, positive 1, so that's why I have a positive 1. Now, this 2 is your slope. Okay, and it's positive. If it's positive, you are rising and you are running. How many times you're rising? Twice. And how many times you're running? 1, because you have 1. Rise or run. So take this y-intercept, put your pencil on it, and then you rise 2 times. 1, 2. And then you move left or you run once. That's once, because my running is just 1 right there. Okay, so I just put that 1 there and you connect the dots and that's your graph. So that's another way to graph all of this. Now let's try another example on relating to this. I have negative 3x plus y equal negative 5. Now, if you want, you know this is a linear equation because I have x1, and this is a linear equation. But the thing is, how in the world I can graph this, because it does not look like this. If the equation doesn't look like this, you cannot graph it using your slope-intercept form. You can graph this by making a table, by finding x-intercepts, you can graph that. But you cannot use this like you rise over run in y-intercept, which is the easiest way ever. Okay, so you can do that. You can make a table of it. That's fine too. So I'm going to change this equation to look like that. Okay, do you see the y is on the left side and it's positive and it's all by itself? That's exactly what I'm going to do with this y. I have to move this negative 3x to the other side of equation. So I'm going to add 3x because it's subtracting, opposite operation, add 3x. Cancel, cancel. I got y equal 3x positive minus 5. Do you see now they exactly look like the same? Y equal mx plus b, and it's negative b, but it's the same thing. So let's graph them. Now I can easily graph this, okay? So I'm gonna go something like that. Okay, first of all, you have to graph this first. You have to graph this first. And what is this? It says a b. What is b? That's y-intercept, and it's negative. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's negative 5. Okay. And my slope is positive. So I'm rising 3 and I'm running 1. I'm rising 3. 1. I'm counting these spaces, by the way. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and that's 1. And you connect the dots, and that's your graph for y equal 3x minus 5. You always graph the y-intercept first, guys. Don't miss that. Okay, if I want to graph, for example, something like x equal negative 4, how do I graph that? I'm gonna graph that. I'm gonna graph this. X is equal to negative 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is my x negative 4. And I have just one x there, like I don't have anything else to connect the dots. So this one is gonna go like this, okay? I'm just gonna draw a line. I was making dashes, but there you go. That's vertical. That's my vertical line, and the graph of x and ex graph is going to be vertical, which means the slope is undefined. What is the slope of this? M is equal undefined. Okay, I'm going to give you one more, and then I'm going to give you a cartoon face that you have to remember it. For example, negative 3. I'll just do positive 3. Okay, so I'm going to make my graph again. And watch this, y3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna go, this is 3, and I will draw a line like this. So the y graph goes horizontal. What is the slope here? 0, always. So remember this cartoon face, so you would know which one is positive, negative, undefined, and 0. So the cartoon face look like that. This is positive slope. This is negative slope. This is undefined like U, and this is horizontal like zeros. So positive slope, negative slope, undefined slope when it's vertical, and 0 slope which is horizontal. So remember this cartoon face, okay? What else we need to know about this? Domain and range. Domain is always x values, range is always y values. How do we find slope? This is slopes. So let's figure it out how to find slopes. For one way to find slope is using a formula, x2 minus x1. Another way to find slope, if it's a graph, you can rise and run. If it's a positive slope on the graph, you're going to pick 2 points and you're going to rise and you're going to run. Okay, rise goes like this, run goes to the right. If you are talking about negative slope, then you're going to fall. You pick 2 points again, you're going to fall and you're going to run to the right. Okay, so for example, if they give me order pairs, I will really quickly use this. Okay, if they give me order pairs, I will just plug them in. But before you plug them in, make sure that if I have 2, 3, and 1, 4, for example, I have to label them. This is x1, y1. Okay, don't forget this. I saw students from senior classes and even the 8th, 9th, 10th, all these students, if they don't label these order pairs, they plug these numbers wrong, always. So just label them, it doesn't take that long. Positive slope, negative slope, you can find rise and run, fall and run from the, what is it called, on the, if they give you like a graph, for example, let's see this graph. Okay, so if I'm looking for this and I just draw some random line here, I'm going to draw a line. Okay, like this. And do you see this slope is positive? And you can tell from the cartoon face, it's positive right there. So it's positive, and I'm rising and I'm running. What is the slope of this when I'm rising and running? You pick 2 points on the graph. I said that before, pick 2 points. You're gonna pick the points that exactly going through the corner of this square, the graph paper, like that. So I'm gonna rise and I'm gonna run. 1, 2, I'm rising. 1 and 2, I'm running. So 2 over 2. 2 over 2, and it will give me positive 1. If I'm talking about fall and run, let's graph fall and run. Pick another one. I'm going through here. Okay, I will do this randomly. Now I'm gonna make sure, pick 2 points that exactly going through the corner. I pick that one. And what is another point that going? Okay, this one. So, and since it's negative slope, you know, the cartoon face up here, right there, it's a negative slope right there. If it's negative slope, then I'm gonna fall and I'm gonna run. So I'm gonna fall. I can't fall from here because I don't have a graph right there. So I'm gonna fall from here. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going 4 and 5. So it's gonna be negative 4 and 5. Okay, that's how you find your slopes. Now, if you have, I have some diagrams here. If you have same slopes, exactly same, so same slopes, okay? For example, these 2 lines, pick 2 points on the graph. I pick this one and I pick this one. And this is a positive slope, by the way, according to the cartoon face. I'm going 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So my slope is 2/3 positive. Now let's pick points here and see if we can get the points that exactly going through the corner. I'm just gonna pick this. This is going through the corner. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is also 2/3. You see, when you have parallel lines, the slopes are always same. Okay, same slopes means parallel lines. Now let's pick this one, this graph. I'm gonna pick 2 points. 1 point is right there, and another point is right there. And this is a positive slope according to the cartoon face, right there, positive slope. Then I'm rising and running. So I'm gonna rise 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is 2 over 2, which will make it 1. Okay. Now let's do that one. Pick 2 points on this. I'm gonna pick 2 points going through the corner, Which one is, okay, I'll just pick this one. This is going on top, and I'll pick this one. Okay, and since this is negative slope, I'm falling and I'm running. So I'm gonna fall 1 and I'm gonna run 1. So this is -1. You see that? If you have, and they are perpendicular on, because they are making 90-degree angle. So if you have perpendicular lines, your slopes are different. They are reciprocal with different signs. If the lines are perpendicular, this is a notation or sign for perpendicular. Okay. So if the lines are perpendicular, you have reciprocal and opposite signs. Okay, what is reciprocal means? For example, this one is the green slope is 1 over 1, right? It's 1 over 1. If I want to make a reciprocal in opposite sign, then it's going to go negative 1 over 1, isn't it? So that's what means reciprocal. So this is perpendicular. The perpendicular lines have reciprocal and opposite signs for the slopes. And this one, same slopes. And this one is reciprocal in opposite signs slopes. Just remember that. Okay, if you have any questions, just comment below, like my video, please, if you learned something. And if you have any questions, comment below. I will answer your questions. I'll make a video for you guys and answer questions. And also subscribe my channel, please. Thank you. Bye.